don't know if chickens miss each other. I know they can recognize up to like 100 different chickens. Trinity over here on the far left over there. Trinity really got close to Spitfire. Like, they'd sleep together. She wants to be near her. She'd, run to her to protect her from Miss Cloud. So I'm not sure how it's going to go the next week or so, because Miss Cloud here in the center was number 2. Assuming that the pecking order remains the same, everybody just got bumped up. So Miss Cloud would be number 1, Trinity there next to her would be number 2, Parkour Chick would be number 3, and Phoenix would be number 4. I don't know that it will change, I would think it would everybody just move up one. I just don't know. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this one, though. Spitfire doesn't really pick on her. You're a little hot, aren't you? Now let's go get that fan going higher. Alright, let's turn this up. Turn that up. There. Look at that. Now you're really... Of course, it's not... I guess it's not hot, at least. When it's been super hot, the fan just blows around hot air. At the time of recording this, it's August 16th. And basically, the chickens are 11 months old. Sadly, today I lost one of them, Spitfire. And the reason is she had what we assume was a broken egg inside of her at some point. I tried to flush her, but it was either too late or I did it wrong. And over the next several weeks, it just sort of sat in there and she got sick. She wouldn't eat, but she would eat, and like certain things. She would eat worms, she would eat yogurt, and all those sorts of things, but she wouldn't eat chicken feed. So everything that was happening, there was that little idea that it wasn't. It was just, something odd about her. But I kept going back in my mind to, you know what, I think there's something like an egg inside her or broken inside her. And too much time went by, basically. So I went to the vet today, and they told me what I pretty much already sort of guessed. They did an ultrasound, and they had a syringe where they, removed the liquid from her that indicated she was basically full of fluids and shouldn't be. That shouldn't be the case. So the decision was made to let her go because I'm not going to do surgery on chicken. I know some people would, and some people wouldn't even have bothered going to the vet. They would have just culled the chicken and just been done with it. Well, I don't know how to do that, and I don't know if I'm willing to do that, to these chickens. I mean, I will if I have to. And when I mean cull, I don't plan on eating these chickens. They're just for eggs at this point. I have no intention of, using them as meat birds. Now, Spitfire could have been a meat bird. She was what they call a dual-purpose chicken. And in my opinion, now she was a Sagita chicken. And I've heard good things about them. And they're much bigger than, say, this chicken. This is Trinity, and she's a black star, also known as, a black sex-link chicken. And so she's pretty average sized. And Spitfire was much bigger than her. Much heavier, and supposedly lays bigger eggs. And so over the course of the time that I had Spitfire, there were times I'd watch her lay an egg, and if you look back at some of my videos, you can tell I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's in pain. And she really did sound like she was in pain. The other chickens never make a cry when they lay an egg, but Spitfire would. And when she'd lay the egg, sometimes it would just sound like it was a horrible experience. And there were a couple of times an egg would come out and it would have blood on it. So I'm just making a little bit of a guess that even though her breed is supposed to be able to lay large eggs, I think Spitfire herself wasn't really able to. And I have a sneaky suspicion that her body may have broken the egg inside her and it couldn't get out. So that's my guess. It's a somewhat educated guess. It is based on things I've seen, things I've read, watching her and hearing what I thought was her being in pain. Oh, PK, leave Phoenix alone. She's trying to do a dirt bath as well. So I made the decision while I was there because they said, oh, well, you can have surgery. And I'm like, no. They even suggested an x-ray. And I ultimately went with the ultrasound. It was cheaper, and they said it would actually give me the same information. I'm like, okay, well, do the ultrasound. So I know, like I said, a lot of people would have been like, I'm not going to do that. The chicken's obviously sick. I've tried everything. That's it. And that might be something in the future if this happens again. But everything that I've done in the last year has been a learning process for me. Every day is a new day, and this is the first year, and next month they'll be a year old. And I'll know a little bit more. So, Phoenix Jira is now down to 4 crazy chicks. Yeah, 4 crazy chicks. And I was sad when, the decision was made. But I was also, and this might sound, I don't know what this is going to sound like. I was also somewhat relieved because finally I have an answer and now I can make a decision what to do rather than just bashing my head against the wall, which is what I felt like I was doing every day, trying to help this poor chicken. Now I'm going to tell you, based on the 3 breeds that I've had, it's only 3, the Barred Plymouth Rock, the Black Star, and the Sakita. I'm going to say that the Black Star here, nice, is probably number 1 in my books. And the Plymouth Rock here is a close number 2, but either one of them are great. I've had fingers crossed, no problems at all with the Black Star, which is Parkour Chick and Trinity. These 2, the Plymouth Rock, who is this? That's Miss Cloud, and then Phoenix is over there. The problems I've had with them is the poo on the boo. That seems to be clearing up now over time. And also I'm not quite as, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And, they get a little bit of poo on the boo, it's okay. But they were getting a lot. And sometimes I still need to brush them off or wash them, just so it doesn't get too close to their vent. That's what you don't want. Hello. Yes, I got you. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing? The other day we had a kestrel drop down and try and grab one of these ladies. No bueno. You're going to sneak in, Phoenix? So, sad and relieved at the same time. And if I get more chickens in the future, it'll probably be these two breeds right here. Yeah. Okay. Zoom.